The problem that we're about to solve involves liters. A liter is a measure of volume. Most of you are familiar with liters because many drinks, such as water, come in 1 liter size bottles. Here's 1 liter of water. Let's go ahead and read over the problem. 2 1/4 liters of water leaked from a pipe in 7 1/2 hours. How many liters per hour is this? I can see that this problem involves liters of water. 2 1/4 liters of water. I can also see that 7 1/2 hours of time are involved. We're trying to determine how many liters per hour this is. Liters per hour is a rate. We're trying to find a rate in this problem. Let's go ahead and set up a unit equation to help us decide how to solve this problem. A unit equation involves the words of the units that are in this problem. I'm going to start out by writing down no numbers, just the words involved. I start out with our rate. Our rate is liters per hour. And I know that if I take liters per hour and multiply by units represented by the word after the per, that's hours, I get a number that will equal a quantity whose units are given by the words in front of the per. That's liters. Now in our word problem, what do we know? We know that we have 2 1/4 liters. The 2 1/4 goes right here to the right of the equal sign. That's how many liters are involved. 7 1/2 hours, that goes right here. And what we're trying to find is the rate. How many liters per hour? The liters per hour goes right here. I'll write a box because that's what we're trying to find. I've set up a missing number statement here. The missing number statement involves multiplication, but I'm missing one of the 2 numbers I want to multiply. When I'm missing a number to multiply, I need to divide. We're going to have to divide here in order to find the number that goes in the box. When I set up a division problem, it's important to be careful to get the right number first. If I get the numbers backwards, I'm going to get the wrong answer. Here, the number that has to go first is the answer to the multiplication problem. The 2 numbers involved in the multiplication are on each side of the times sign. On the other side of the equal sign is the answer to the multiplication. That's 2 1/4. 2 1/4 needs to go first in this division. So I take 2 1/4 divided by the multiplier I have. That's 7 1/2. And let's go ahead and do this division. Now to divide these mixed numerals, I need to convert to improper fractions. 4 times 2 is 8, plus 1 is 9. This is 9/4 divided by 2 times 7 is 14, plus 1 is 15. That's 15 halves. Now, in order to divide fractions, I need to invert the second and multiply. So I write 9/4 times, I'm going to flip the second fraction here, write it as 2 over 15. And now to multiply these 2 fractions, I want to think about canceling if possible. To see any canceling that I can do, I need to break down the numerators and denominators using multiplication. 9 I can write as 3 times 3. 4 is 2 times 2. Times 2 up above is prime. I just leave that alone. 15 I can break down as 5 times 3. And now I see that there is some canceling to do. I can cancel one of the 3's above with a 3 below. I can cancel a 2 above with a 2 below. And now what am I left with? Well, up above, I only have 3, or I could say 3 times 1 is 3, over. Down below, 2 times 5 is 10. 3/10, that's our answer. 3/10, what do we want here? We need to attach units to our answer. We were looking for how many liters per hour. So that's 3/10 liter per hour. Or you could also say 3/10 of a liter per hour. I'd like to take a few seconds to look at another way to solve this problem. The same problem we just did. This other way that I'm talking about can only be used when we're finding a rate. Used only when finding a rate. Here, in this problem, we're trying to find out how many liters per hour. We're trying to find the rate. In another problem, you might be trying to find out how many miles per hour. That's finding a rate. Or you might be trying to find out how many cents per pound. That would be finding a rate. When you're trying to find a rate, you can use the units of the rate, liters per hour, right here, to help you go directly to a division problem. We set up the division problem by taking the value involved for the units given before the word per, that's 2 1/4 here, 2 1/4 liters, and dividing by the value of the units given after the per. That's 7.5 hours. Liters per hour can be thought of as liters divided by hours. This is the same division problem that we obtained before. So you'll get exactly the same answer if you work through these steps. Now, I'm not going to go through the problem again because I got to go call the plumber.